Alright guys, like I said, I was going to do a review of this bike after about a week. It's been pretty much a week, minus a day actually. She has been ridden pretty hard, still looking pretty damn sweet, but that's because I do keep really good care of my bikes. Only problem I've had is down here, the rear mech hanger. I bent it slightly in a crash on the first day of riding her, so when engaged in the top cog, but not really a bother because I don't spend much time up there. I spend more time in these lower rings, so that's fine. PT pedals, just wow. Okay, they are awesome. Getting clipped in and out again was a little bit of a learning curve once more, but still pretty fantastic. Chain guard and the bash guard have actually taken quite a beating, but coming out relatively unscathed, as you can see. There's a few rock hits, but nothing major. The shock. Now, the shock I cannot fault. The RockShox Vivid, sorry, the R2C is brilliant. I've got it all set up nicely, so I can literally throw the bike at an angle and it just squats down. Not much rebound, so it doesn't really kick back on me. It's kind of how I like my rides. The boxes up front, plush. Well, what can I say? We guys have all ridden boxes at some point. As you can see, yeah, I've got my sag nearly set correctly, but I do like my forks a little bit firmer because it allows me to sort of like handle those bigger hits a bit more. Holy Roller 2s, these wheels are faultless. These tyres, are faultless. I absolutely adore them. They're super tacky, like they do say here. They have been taking some road riding, and I am going to be cutting the knobs on the front and rear a little bit. I'm basically just going to cross hatch them. So along here and along here, it looks like it's a cross pattern. Z brakes, just completely unfaultable. I need a little niggle from chain reaction, and it's not even a niggle, it's probably a personal preference. The lever's got a lot of pull in them, so I'm going to re-bleed the brakes, and it could just be how they are. Admittedly, I'm used to Saints, which have a really short pull, but it could just be the way the Z's are designed. Z shifter, fantastic. Right, now on to the gear I got before the bike. IXS pads, just so comfy. I spent on Wednesday, I did about 50k worth of normal road riding, sort of like urban downhill, and I spent the entire day in those, and I can't fault them. They were just awesome in every sense. So comfy. Helmet, going for white probably wasn't the best option because it does get dirty really quick, but it's super comfy. It's really nice and light. My head didn't get too hot in it when I was out riding all day long, which is good. Nice ventilation, really easy to access even on my back, my camel back for the water. The 100% Stratas with the ice blue lens, really good. Only downside is it's not, the lens isn't that dark, but when you're going in from really sort of like light bright conditions into slightly darker conditions, it can be off-putting. So I probably will be changing that out for a polarized lens if they do one. If not, coming out for the winter, I will be going for a clear lens, which I've already got. Now, the one big argument with this bike is the cable routing. As you can see, cable routing is pretty nice and neat and perfect. Goes down through the clam design. Now this is the only problem. As you should be able to see there, that is my rear brake and my rear derailleur cable. They come out and they run under part of the frame. Now, my first argument was, would they hit? Like, I hit a lot of urban stuff, so I have bottomed out the bike, and we do a lot of downhill in the surrounding areas, and I have had a few rock strikes. Now, me thinking I would probably damage it, turns out it's actually a really good routing point. The only other slight niggle which I've done, and this is my own stupid fault for not having the clutch turned on the rear mech, is chain slap, but that's my own fault. You do get it. Does come with a chain guard. I didn't realise after a day's riding, because when I said bag of useless stuff that I'm going to bin on a previous video, if I think I've uploaded it, I didn't check it. But that is pretty much it. There is already a couple of first ride videos up of this bike, which have already gone up. Nothing really spectacular yet. That's going to be some more filming. Oh, one thing I did forget. LG1 chain guide. Buy it, buy it, buy it. It is awesome. It is just fan-fucking-tastic. Yeah, so all in all, I cannot fault this bike. It's brilliant to ride. You can even ride it around on the street, and I have been. A little bit heavy, but for a downhill bike, that's what you want. I'll do an even further update after riding her for a lot longer and putting her through more abuse. So let's have some fun. Oh, and on a different note, this logo down here is one of my friends who is an artist, and kind of stuck it on my down tube because it looks cool. Alright guys, well that's pretty much it for this bike. I'll be putting up more videos later on of riding and a more sort of like in-depth review after a good couple of months of riding and abusing her. Have a good one.